I know I said I needed about a week or two before I got back on here and recorded another video, being that I'm in the process of moving because our home is being renovated. However, I was laying in bed this morning, scrolling on social media, which I shouldn't have been. However, sometimes my morning routine is not perfect. And I'm on YouTube, and I seen this post come across my page, and it was talking about this big YouTuber, which I'm not going to mention no names because I don't really want to make this video about her, but she compelled me, what I saw compelled me to make this video. So I'm reading what he wrote, and he was talking about basically this new trend that's on YouTube where big YouTubers are shouting out small YouTubers. And so I go to her YouTube page to just kind of like, see what's happening. I haven't really been on her page lately because she's been in a different zone. So I watched this video and she was saying, she's done because people are speaking badly against her. So I'm watching the video and she's like crying on the video. She was like, I'm not gonna do this anymore. I was just trying to help people. Why are people being so mean? And I'm like watching the video and I'm like, okay, why are people still recording themselves crying? I thought we were done with that. But anyway, so I'm watching this video and I was like, you know what? I'm going to comment on this video because this is very unfortunate. Now, mind you, this is someone on YouTube who has like 70,000 subscribers. Based on her previous post, she has made 20,000 a month on YouTube, 15,000, 8,000, so she's making money, okay? So I commented on the post, which is now deleted. She deleted the video. But I commented on the post and I was basically like, this is why we have to know who we are before we receive great success. Okay. And that is the point of this video. If you are a people pleaser, this video is for you. Okay. If you are challenged in the area of low self-esteem and seeking validation from people, this video is for you. I commented on this YouTube video and I'm just like, let me see if I can pull my comment up. I'm just like, this is why we have to know who we are before we receive huge success, because if the moment someone disagrees with what we're doing, we're easily moved. Okay, my comment isn't on here anymore because I don't know, because she deleted the video. But the moment, okay, so let's start from the beginning. So number one, I'm going to speak about myself. I have been pursuing public speaking, entrepreneurship for over 15 years now. And there have been moments where I'm like, God, like, when is it going to happen for me? Like, what's going on? Like, and I understand. And so I started indulging myself in things that really weren't in line with what I saw for myself, but I just felt so lost at the time and just needing something to fill that void. Fast forward, I'm now back in alignment with what the plans that God has for me. And I'm like, okay, any day now, like, we're about to pop off. But I can now say I appreciate this process that I have been going through while journeying to that place that I feel like, okay, yes, this is what I worked for, this moment right here. And I know even when I get to that moment, it's not like it's all done. I'm still going to continue to pursue greatness. However, this process has been chiseling me. It has been cleansing me. I'm so grateful that God has not given me instant success, all these things, because imagine if I would have got everything I wanted instantly when it comes to my dreams and my endeavors, but I was someone who had low self-esteem. Imagine me gaining all these things, but I was a huge people pleaser and I didn't know how to say no. All of that I gained would be instantly, one, taking away because I wouldn't know how to manage it. And two, I wouldn't know how to truly enjoy it because I would be waiting for people to say, yeah, you're doing a good job, instead of knowing that my validation comes from God. My rewards, my blessings come from Him. And so I'm now in this place where I understand He has been doing an internal thing in me. So as He brings these blessings, these huge blessings that I've been praying for, I can appreciate it and not be looking outside of myself for approval. And that's basically what I saw watching this video of this really big YouTuber. Now, I don't know this lady personally. I don't even know if this is all a front because, like I said, she deleted that video. But it's like, here is someone who's making tons of money on YouTube and is still not happy because people are coming for her and speaking badly of her. And, you know, she was just saying all these things like, you know, why are people always coming for me? This has always been my life, even when I was a child. And it's like, that's the thing right there. It's important to get to the root of your issues, the things that can hold you back before achieving this great success. And even if you do achieve that great success, really tune into the development of yourself, the development of your mind, your spiritual growth, so you're not seeking applause from people, because everybody's not going to agree with you. I just posted, I haven't been on TikTok in a while, but Tuesday I posted a video. I posted this video, and then once I posted it, I was like, girl, I'm not even gonna go back and look, because sometimes TikTok is just like way too much. It's too many buttons, there's too many things going on TikTok, okay? And so this morning I'm having my tea when I finally got out of bed to start my morning routine. And I'm like, let me go check on my TikTok. I get on TikTok, I got like all these comments. So I'm like looking, and there were people on there like, you know, like, yeah, I know that's right. Like agreeing with my post. And then there was other people on there like, girl, what you talking about? You're wrong. Da 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 da. And instead of like getting mad or like trying to prove my point, I was just like, okay, thank you for sharing. Because one, I'm not here to convince nobody on my point of view. Okay, it's my point of view. All right. And two, I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, this is what comes with it. Here I am putting myself out there, giving my opinion and my perspective and pushing who I am for the world to see. Of course, everybody's not going to agree with me. Even if what I believe is the truth for me, everybody's not going to agree with that. And it's not my job to like convince everybody, because girl, who has time for that? Who has time to convince everybody that is disagreeing with me? Nobody has time. And also, this is why we have to know who we are in God and not who man sees us to be. I even think about Justin Bieber. You know, growing up, okay, everybody had a crush on Justin Bieber, okay? He was our little white black boy, okay? Little white Canadian boy with a little black flavor, okay? We was all singing One Less Lonely Girl. I was like, yes, I'm one less lonely girl, Justin Bieber, because of you. So, you know, we singing Nicki Minaj and Justin Bieber on the track. Gotta look out for Selena. Okay, like we all sing along to the song. Now, present day, I go on Justin Bieber's Instagram. I'm like, is Justin Bieber crashing out? Like, what's going on with Justin Bieber? Now, mind you, he's married to this supermodel chick, got a baby, you know, be proclaiming the name of Jesus, all the things, a whole bunch of money. Okay, money ain't an issue for him. But yet, when you look at him, it's like he's disconnected from himself. And he made a post like a couple weeks ago. He was like talking about, you know, I'm done with people pleasing. I have to do what I believe. And it's just, it reminds me of the point of this video. Stop seeking approval from people and know who you are in God. Like, success was instant for this young man. Of course, he didn't know fully who he was. He was a child. He was a young teenager. So, of course, he wasn't even fully mentally developed. So, of course, he doesn't know fully who he is as a young child, receiving all of this success and stardom. But it's like, you can tell that throughout the years, he never really honed in on who he was outside of the world. For an example, here I am calling him, you know, this little white boy from Canada that got a little black flavor. That's not truly his identity, some little white boy, you know, but that's just my opinion. That's my perspective of him. And it's just unfortunate that we don't see the importance of really diving into understanding who we are before we step into that level of influence. Because it's like, when you don't do that, the influence overtakes you and it stops being this authentic and pure expression of yourself, and you start becoming what people expect of you. And going back to the reason why I'm recording this video, so like I said, this big YouTuber, 2 months ago, she made this video and she was like, somebody messaged her and sent her like $20 to shout their YouTube page out because, you know, she has a big following. And I watched the video. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. Like, my YouTube page needs a little push. Like, I could send her $20, and I did. And she shouted me out. And I got some followers, but then shortly, like, all of those people who followed me, unfollowed me. So I'm like, bruh, did y'all really just follow me to unfollow me? But at the same time, since that shout out, you know, I've been seeing my views increase, and I don't think it's from the people who follow me from her page. I feel like it was because I had that influx of following. It just kind of like spiked me up to be recognized in the algorithm, even though all those people don't follow me. So it's kind of like it worked for me, but then it worked against me and whatever. But, you know, this was 2 months ago when I did that. And so I'm like, okay, this is cool. She said she was doing it for her birthday. She wanted to be a blessing. And so like some weeks went by. I want to say like a month went by, and I'm just scrolling on YouTube, and she was still like doing these shout outs. And now people are paying her like $500, $300. And I'm like, dang, y'all, $500 to get shout out on YouTube? Like, bruh, like, what? That's crazy. Like, okay, like whatever works for you. Like, you can literally take that $500 and invest in systems that YouTube created for you to be pushed through like their ads and their marketing. But I'm like, okay, whatever. And so then like some more time went by and she was still doing it. I'm just like, okay, let me just kind of like fall back from like watching, because now it's just like, you went from being this inspirational YouTuber, you know, talking about, you know, push yourself, you know, there's more to life, etc., etc., like really inspiring people to really do more and become more, to now just like making videos of YouTuber, like small YouTubers, and getting paid. And it was just like, it just felt like, what? Like, where are we going with this? Like, now mind you, a lot of people have had success from this, but it just didn't feel like, I'm like, well, this is not like why I originally subscribed to this channel. Like, I don't want to keep watching videos of who I should follow. Like, girl, what? And so it's like she's been doing that for like 3 months now. This was like 3 months ago when she started, and now, you know, she was like, well, I'm getting all this hate for doing it. And it's like, well, it's probably because you were growing. Like, you could see the steady growth. And she even talked about how recently she hasn't been growing, but she's been giving, you do all these things. And it's like, well, when you were growing consistently, that's because you were doing something that was pure, that was you. Like, we all felt it. But over these past 3 months, you've just been like, hey, pay me and I'll shout you out. And that's not like, yeah, okay, you're helping people get 10 subscribers, 20 subscribers, 300 views, but what is that? Like, that's not really like connecting with your original subscribers who subscribe to you. And then on top of that, people have to understand this particular YouTuber who has 70,000 subscribers did not get to that point because she paid people to subscribe to her channel. She got to that point because she was consistent over a long period of time. So what are you really like? People are getting confused on what the true formula is to success. And this is just using YouTube as an example. This can be with anything. If you want a quick 15 minutes of fame, sure, take a shortcut. Okay, we all heard about it in corporate America. Oh, well, who'd you have to sleep with to get where you are? Not everybody has that experience, but some people do. They do certain things to get to the top real quick, you know, instead of taking the long route, and then eventually it catches back up with them and now they're exposed. And then you have other people who say, okay, the formula is the formula. If it worked for them, it'll work for me. I need dedication, I need consistency, and I need belief in myself, okay? And that's the formula for anything. And no matter what happens, if people are coming against you, telling you to stop, you'll still keep going because you're following a formula. Even for me, guys, and I'm going to eventually like do a video on this specifically, but this makes me think about just a couple months ago, I literally had somebody tell me, somebody that I was getting to know, forming a relationship with, this particular person told me to put my dreams on the back burner and focus on getting a job. And I'm like, what? Like, first of all, I have been sharing with you my goals, my endeavors, and how I'm happy about it. Just for you to not even believe in me this whole time, you weren't even believing in me, and you're going to tell me to put my dreams on the back burner to get a good job? So I'm like, okay. But did I do that? Absolutely not. I mean, yeah, it was kind of like, girl, what? Like, I was like taken aback. Like, no, she did not just tell me that. Like, who do you think you are to tell me that? Like, I do not care if you're 30 years older than me and you think you got something going on because whatever. You have no right to tell me how to live my life and what I need to be doing. And because I know that I'm listening to the voice of God and not the voice of man, it was easy for me to be like, girl, bye. Like, now I see who you are and don't even really want to hear anything else you got to say. So it's like, guys, we have to know who we are, and we have got to stop seeking approval from people, because it's just very unfortunate how it plays out over time. And this is not just the YouTuber that I'm referring to this is not the first time. Like, it's not just her, it's not just Justin Bieber, it's like so many people where you see, you know, them start from a place of like, man, that's so them, and then all of a sudden they're on the other side of like, how did we get here? Like, who is this person? And they might say, well, you know, this is who I am now, I've always been this person, but it doesn't feel real, it doesn't feel pure, it doesn't feel authentic. So I'm going to share this and then we're going to go. Human validation is fleeting. Human validation is fleeting. People's opinions change based on their emotions, circumstances, or personal biases. But God's love and acceptance are unchanging. People will literally love you today and not care about you tomorrow. For me, I'm the example. Like, I literally just said, like, a few months ago, I was one of the people who paid to have the shout out. But then once it kept like popping up on my page, I'm like, girl, okay. Like, I thought this was just like a moment thing. And then I kind of just fell back. My opinion, my biases changed because I didn't feel the same about it. So if I'm quick to do that, imagine other people who don't have accountability and self-awareness. Imagine how quick they are to change on you. Okay, and I looked up a scripture to reference this point, and I'm going to share it with you guys, but I just want to say this, and then I'm going to share that verse, and then we're going to wrap up. As a child of God, you have got to know who God says you are. And I'm just going to list a few things that God says you are. God says you are his child. God says you are chosen. God says you are loved unconditionally. God says you are fearfully and wonderfully made. God says you are redeemed. You are a new creation. You are victorious. You are more than a conqueror. You are a workmanship. You are never alone. And there's plenty of scriptures to back these points up, but I just want it to be clear, like, we don't even know who we are. Like, we're trying to figure out who we are through the world's lens. Oh, I need to be flat tummy and big booty and big lips in order to get a man. That's who I'll be. Oh, I need to overextend myself and always say yes and have no boundaries in order to be accepted by these group of people. Okay, like, what? So the verse I want to read to you guys, referencing seeking people's approval, is Galatians 1:10, and I'm going to read it from my Bible. Okay, my brother bought me a study Bible for Christmas a couple years ago, and I love it. So Galatians 1:10 says, is it Galatians 1:10? Yeah, Galatians 1:10. Where is it at? It says, am I now trying to win the approval of human beings or of God? Or am I trying to please people? If I were still trying to please people, I would not be a servant of Christ. Literally, the Bible tells you to not be pleasing people. And that's what I'm about to start hitting people with when they think they about to be running game on me. Baby, I'm not here to please you. Okay? Yes, give. Yes, serve. But the Bible doesn't tell you to please man. It tells you to please God. Is God instructing you to do this? Then do it. But if he's not, and man is pressuring you to do X, Y, and Z, that's not of God. I don't care if they're a Christian or a faithful church goer or not, because it's usually the people who know the Bible up and down who would try to manipulate you and convince you of whatever it is they're trying to get you to do. That is all, selfish motive. So I just wanted to get on here and share that. It's very unfortunate. Like I said, I don't know this lady. I fully enjoyed the video she was putting out months ago. It really inspired me to even get back on YouTube. It was so inspiring. My man's just calling me. It was so inspiring. And now it's just, and I think about myself too. None of us are perfect, guys. It's so easy to gain more than what you had and want more. It's so easy to, be making all this money from YouTube, but then realize, wow, 70,000 people want to pay me just to shout them out. Yeah, it's so easy to fall into that trap of greed and gluttony. I was just telling my man this earlier, like before I got on here, I had to take a walk and apologize because I'm not gonna lie, he's been spoiling me. He's been spoiling me so much that I'm like, I want more. And then he was like, okay, well, not this weekend. I'm like, no, like, what do you mean no? And so I'm like having this little moment. He was like, that ain't cool. Like, don't do that because I've been X, Y, and Z. Y'all, I wanted some Chris Brown tickets. I'm like, when we gonna get these Chris Brown tickets? They're selling out, okay? Like, what are we doing? And he's like, well, didn't we just like I said, y'all, we're moving because our home is being renovated and I want a whole new look for our space. And so we've been, doing some things, and he's like, girl, like, come on now. And so it's like, we have to know when we're operating in a space that is greed, is gluttony, is selfish, and we're not really being mindful on what's the intention here. So I just wanted to get here and share that. I hope this was helpful. Honestly, I'm ready to be back on the tube. I know I said I needed some time. I still do because we haven't fully moved yet, but I'm gonna just try to drop videos as I can until I fully get settled into my new space. and then we're going to go from there, and we can really dive into these different topics and conversations that I've been writing down that I want to share with you guys, so we can continue to grow, not only as individuals, but grow in our faith. Okay, so we can continue to open our minds and to renew our spirit, man. Okay, so thank you guys for viewing, and I will see you in the next video.